You're listening to the PRO Media Network. The next level in entertainment.
Who that family? Check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform's stores where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. So check out the Pro Shop and who that too.
What up, fam? Thank y'all for joining us for another installment of Ring Kings Boxing. Coming right at you for the serious fight fan. We're in the building with another episode of Ring Kings Boxing. And in this episode, it's the Lomachenko versus Teofimo preview, amongst a lot of other boxing news coming at you. I'm Big Q on Ring Kings Boxing. Gonna bring in my co-host, Eddie Too Mean Johnson. What's going on, Too Mean?
What's happening, man?
Doing pretty good, my brother. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. It's a jam-packed, slam-packed show full of Ring Kings Boxing. A lot of great fight news coming up tonight. A lot of stuff, man. We're going to preview, of course, we got the final head-to-head conference between Lomachenko and Teofimo. We're going to play that press conference with word from both fighters. Got an interesting video I want to start from Floyd Money Mayweather and his thought process on where he perceives himself to be amongst the greats. I think you'll find it's hilarious. So we'll love to see what y'all think about this, as well as Too Mean. And of course, several other news items, including Roy Jones Jr. news on him and the Mike Tyson fight that just keep getting even more comical. Pacquiao news, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder news, Devin Haney news, Terrence Crawford news, and Luis Ortiz news toward the back end of the show. So without further ado, we're going to get right into it. We're going to start it off with the main event, which is pretty much what's going on for these two fighters, these really two great fighters. And Too Mean, Lomachenko going up against Teofimo. And of course, Loma at 135, man, he got two belts that he's holding, WBO and the WBA belts. And then, of course, you're looking at Teofimo, who has the IBF, and Devin Haney has the WBC. So this is a unification bout. Definitely a lot of crap talking between Teofimo and Vasily Lomachenko going back and forth at 135. You could tell, man, that Teofimo doesn't like Lomachenko in the slightest, man, to keep it real with you. You can tell there's some bad blood between those two. And usually fights like that have bad blood. Sometimes, they make very interesting fights. But if you look at the lightweight division there, Too Mean, man, to be honest with you, fam, there's a lot of talent there. But these guys are definitely at the top of the class when it comes to the lightweights going at each other. But anyway, Vasily Lomachenko, 14-1, sitting there. His last fight was against Luke Campbell. It was a 12-round decision there. And of course, the last Teofimo's matchup was this was a while ago. It was December the 14th of last year. He beat Richard Comey, and in a nice fight as well. So both of these guys, top lightweights in class, and of course you got guys like Gervonta Davis there, Devin Haney, and then the rest of those guys. So it'll be interesting to see just how what this matchup ends up. But anyway, just to throw a little extra information in on that, Devin Haney said that he wanted Lomachenko after this fight in recent news. But before we jump into the prediction aspect of it, let's look over and listen to what some of these guys says in the matchup. Listen, like I said, a lot of bad blood between both these fighters, a lot of bad blood. Lomachenko's 14-1. Teofimo's 15-0. We'll see what shakes, but let's see. We're going to start the press conference off and hear what I think Teofimo's up first. Let's see what he had to say.
I look at it like this. Like, after everything, when we do our whole thing, the reason why I say I look through him, you know why? It's because in order to be the best, there's so much more to this than that. All this, I'm going to collect. I work my ass off for it.
Let's continue that conversation in a moment.
All right.
More of Loma and Loma.
That was Teofimo. His thought process on looking through. He says, I don't see Vasyl Lomachenko. I'm not looking at him. I'm looking through him. And of course, when he said all of this, he's making reference to the 4 belts that are displayed besides the fighters who are sitting 6 feet apart, and 4 titles at stake. Lomachenko is the man at that class. Teofimo's looking to topple him off of that mantle, and he seems confident, man. And this is going to be a good fight. Let's see what Lamo had to say in response to some of the crap talking from Teofimo.
On a stage in Vegas, winner take all to become the undisputed champion in the best fight that boxing has produced this year. Vasily, when you go back and you watch that, the genesis of the bad blood, and you hear all the trash talk and how things have boiled up and risen up and some of your reactions, and you look across, why do you think Teofimo Lopez and that camp is trash talking you?
No, then I see this movie. How movie I don't understand it, and because it's not my native language, and I don't know what mean some words. What is mean? But no, it's for me. It's just words, and Saturday. We will see.
Have you ever experienced anything like this with any other fighter or any other time in your career?
No.
Of this level?
No.
Teofimo, recently, things with you tend to go viral on social media. And recently there was a video of your heavy bag having Loma's face painted on it. What is it for you? What is it about making the statement, putting this stuff out there?
I'm an entertainer. I mean, everybody's getting this fight because I'm an entertainer, man. Just many people look forward to seeing Teofimo. Maybe it's not just probably that knockouts. It's the backflips, the celebrations. I'm just the type of person, man. It's all about entertainment. I'm in the entertainment sport. This is where it comes to. So really what it comes to is, man, I like to show off.
Teofimo says he likes to show off, and once he's completed that, you should have seen a look in Vasily Lomachenko's eyes after he said that. Anyway, this is going to be a nice fight. Too mean. Listen, man, this could be the best fight of the year between Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. I'm giving it to you, my brother. What do you think happens in this fight, man? This is going to be special. Lomachenko 14-1. Lopez is Teofimo Lopez 15-0. What's your call?
Yeah, I think Lopez got under Lomachenko's skin, man. He wanted to bat his ass desperately. But yeah, I see if Lopez get him early, he gonna have to get him early, like get him hurt and try to finish him off. If not, if it goes the distance, then Lomachenko wins by decision. That's my prediction on it. But it's gonna be a great fight, though. Like I say, by them fighting each other, knowing the risks and the person they dealing with, their A game is gonna be real strong on that night. It has to be, which is gonna make it a great fight. Or like I say, early Lopez, late in the fight, it's gonna be Lomachenko.
Yeah, man, listen, this is, I'm going to say it like he said he never had nobody talk to him like this. But I'm going to tell you another thing. He never had a fighter to fight him as good as Teofimo Lopez. Let's just say that. Mm-hmm. This is his toughest foe. I'm going to keep it real with you. He has some pretty decent fighters that he fought, but Teofimo Lopez, he produces an interesting challenge for Lomachenko. He's young. He's hungry. He's felt disrespected, and he's going to bring it that night. The only thing is, will it be enough? Because Lomachenko, man, like me and Toomey was talking about, the guy is really quite spectacular as a fighter, man. He fights. He can fight all kind of ways. Punches from weird angles. Moves around. Dances around. Ring vision is. It's just he's as close to complete as you can get as a fighter, knowing how to use all of his skills, his repartee, quick thinking in the ring. A lot of that. Teofimo, I like this kid. I think he's special. And, man, listen, he's going to bring it. We'll see if it's good enough, because we'll see if it's enough to topple Lomachenko, man. We'll see. But it's a great – I say it's got to be right now probably the best fight of the year in this 2020 year of the C19 nonsense that's happening. All right, let's go on to the next topic of discussion. And we move from a championship unification bout at the lightweight class to a former unifier at the welters. We're talking about Money Mayweather here. Unifier, multiple classes, Floyd Money Mayweather. Let's hear his perspective. This is coming from Shay's show, Shannon Sharp's little podcast he does. He had Floyd Mayweather on the show and has some interesting topics, but more importantly, he has something to say about this.
But my opinion and what I think is my opinion and what I think.
But Floyd, you can understand, Ray Robinson had 175 wins, 109 knockouts. He lost 19. He drawn 6 times. And won belts over numerous classes. Ali, go ahead.
What's numerous? Because when you say numerous, I think about Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. When you say numerous,
I would say 3. Did he win 5 like you? Did he win 8 like Pacquiao? No.
Okay.
But Floyd, the guy. But here's the thing: when I look at a guy, and because you're so head and shoulders above everybody that you fought in your era.
When we say this, we will come on record and say this. Okay. Out of all these guys in the history of boxing,
yes,
I've accomplished more than every fighter in the history of boxing.
You mean as far as win, as far as undefeated, as far as belts, as far as prize money?
I mean, you tell me, and I will tell you, and I'll say, and I'll tell you why. Tell me something, and I'll tell you why.
Well, the only guy that retired that was undefeated, that hadn't tasted defeat when he retired, was Rocky Marciano.
Okay,
so go ahead.
How many world champions have Rocky Marciano beat?
I would say probably Archie Moore, Joe Louis, maybe 3, 4. High end.
So we already know. I beat more champions that's going in the Hall of Fame than he beat in his career period. So we're gonna X him off. Wow, we got Rocky Marciano off there. So if he's 49-0 and I'm 50-0, okay, so he's 49, I'm 50-0. Which even if we both were still 49-0, we're talking about the accomplishments. So we know I accomplished more than he did. Go to another guy. Let's go.
But Floyd, here's the thing.
I don't want to hear. Let's go.
Okay, you want another guy? Okay. Another guy. Okay, Ali.
Is Ali the same fighter that got beat by a fighter with 7 fights? Leon Spinks beat Muhammad Ali when he only had 7 fights.
Yes.
And if we really tell the truth,
well, that's what you're here for. You're here to tell the truth.
What's the heavyweight guy that Ali fought 3 times? Ken Norton, actually. Ken Norton really beat Ali all 3 times. Go back and look at the fights. I mean, we just telling the truth. And I love Ali, of course. Next, let's go.
But Floyd, here's the thing.
I don't want to hear it. Next, let's go.
Floyd, you're 49-0. I mean, you're 50-0. You won belts in 5 different weight classes.
Give me another fighter. Come on, let's go.
Because everybody else has a defeat. That's the Jordan argument. Because Jordan hadn't had any defeats in the finals.
You know what? I got one for you. You just said Sugar Ray Robinson, right?
Yes.
You had 180, 200 fights?
He was 175, 19, and 6.
And I still beat more world champions than him. So talk to me.
Okay, Roy Jones Jr.
Still beat more world champions than Roy Jones. And Roy Jones, and I take my hat off to Roy Jones. But did you know, see, I always said this, Roy Jones, love Roy Jones. Roy Jones and Muhammad Ali is the same fighter. Their defense is their legs, when they was young, and at the top of their game, they could move.
Right.
Once their legs went away, then they sat and done a rope-a-dope.
Right.
Whereas that's why the Mayweather defense, and I don't want to hear nobody call it the Philly Shield, it's the Mayweather defense. Because like I said before, I mastered it. Once you master it, it's mine now.
You took it over. Okay. I know a guy that had defense very comparable to yours, and you know where I'm going with this.
Pernell Whitaker.
Oh, Sweet Pea. He was sweet. Now, come on, Floyd. Now, get that man his due.
Is he? What he in my top 5?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay then.
He was special.
I boxed him when I was like 17 or 18. I think I probably was like 18. I probably like 18 and 17 when I boxed him.
Okay. Obviously, in your top 5, you got Sweet Pea, Pernell Whitaker. You got Floyd Mayweather.
Of course, I got to be in everybody's top 5. I have to be in everybody's top 5.
That's called it right there. 2 million. You heard the comments that Mayweather said about himself not having Muhammad Ali in his top 5. That's his opinion. Of course, I'm going to put Muhammad Ali in my top 5 as well as Sugar Ray Robinson. I'm sorry. I got to keep it real. Them brothers was bad. But also, what do you think about his comments about that he beat more champions than some of those fighters? What do you think about that?
I mean, he did beat more champions than all of them, but like the champions that he fought, I would say, were they on the same levels as the other guys that he was mentioning? You know what I'm saying? The people that they fought, or, you know what I'm saying, was they on the same level as these guys that he's mentioning, man? That's why I say when you have your opinion, you should really, it only matters to you. It doesn't matter to everybody else. You should, you know what I'm saying? They say if you want to help somebody to the truth, keep your opinions to yourself. But the fact is, like, you know what I'm saying, they wasn't, the champion that he beat was nowhere near as good as good as Ray Robinson or, you know what I'm saying, or Muhammad Ali and all them. I mean, that's just a fact, man.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. Hear Floyd talking like that, man. To keep it real, it's real interesting to hear him talking like that, man. And he put himself in his own top 5. So, I mean, it's all good. But that's Mayweather for you. All right, let's move into the rest of our topics on the show. Roy Jones Jr. Upset says Mike Tyson exhibition changed to 2-minute rounds. So you got 2-minute rounds. It changed to, you have I think they changed the glove size, I want to say, right? And of course, Roy Jones is threatened before not to show up. I mean, this is really this turned into quite a fiasco and probably one of boxing's biggest teases of the year if it doesn't go down. Roy Jones is upset that the WBC and California Commission is making change to the 8-round exhibition match against Tyson on November the 28th by changing it from 3-minute to 2-minute rounds. Jones feels that the change from 3 minutes to 2 minutes favors former WBA and IBF WBO heavyweight champion Mike Tyson, who have a greater chance of gassing in a 3-minute round. The former 4-division world champion Jones, in both of them, Tyson is 50-6 for 44 knockouts. Roy Jones is 66-9 for 47 knockouts. Is angry about the change and says it's unleashed his alter ego RJ, which is a part of his mind that we're trying to suppress. He says that if he was to let his RJ out, he might end up in prison. Jones states that the commission and WBC are making the changes as a part of safety measures following a recent exhibition match between Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. and George Urs. The 58-year-old Chavez and 41-year-old Urs were both exhausted in fighting 3-minute rounds. Jones will be battling Tyson on November the 28th on a pay-per-view exhibition at Dignity Health Sports Complex in Carson, California. If the fight goes well, Jones would be interested in running it back in a rematch in a real professional fight of 12 rounds. And the thing is about Mike Tyson's health. Mike Tyson gave a weird interview this week on Good Morning Britain, in which he sounded like he wasn't all there. He said he's not having health problems, but going into months fighting with Roy as well. And I don't know, man. I think we got a clip from that interview of Mike Tyson, and he said it really depends on how it goes. Said Roy Jones Jr. to Joe Rogan Experience when asked if the Tyson fight will happen.
Mike Tyson
but let's hear it. I think they got it all
Good Morning
together.
Britain this morning, and now that UK show airs live from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., which would be 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. on Los
protective headgear. What do you think about those announcing his comeback? Very good morning to you.
Good morning, champ. How are you?
Morning. What's happening, guys?
Well, it's great to see you. Thanks for staying up so late,
hear
Mike.
me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us okay?
Thank you. Yes, very loudly.
Now, Mike, there's a
I'll turn my voice down then.
A lot of excitement around the world that you're coming out of retirement. You're going to fight Roy Jones Jr., another great boxing champion. I suppose the first obvious question, why do you want to do this?
I just want to do this. I plan on doing this for a charity exponent, and I think I'm capable of doing that, and that's what I want to do.
There have been concerns raised about the fact that you are two men in your 50s fighting each other without protective headgear. What do you think about those concerns?
I think it's very wonderful that we're fighting together. It's a fight that we should have had sooner, but unfortunately we're having it now, and that's going to be awesome.
All right, that's about as much as we got on that interview. Two-Man, you heard Mike. It doesn't sound too well, bro. It sounds kind of tired, and I know he's 50 years old, and Mike's took a lot, but he sounded a little down there. But he you know, what do you make of that, man? I seen the whole interview, and I don't know, man. It didn't seem like he was all there. What do you think about that? For what you heard,
sounded like he was tired, like he was staying up late or something during the interview. Because you hear him, you know what I'm saying, he talks a little better than that. You know what I'm saying? Just like the lady said on the interview, just thanks for staying up late to do the interview and all that. He must have been doing a lot of interviews lately, you know what I'm saying, promoting this fight.
Yeah, he definitely sounded tired, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I think it was, him being tired. Or he could have been smoking on them tweet.
This is true. We definitely know that he's definitely a fan of the tweed. So we know that's one thing that we know about him all too well. But all of the stuff that is going on between Roy Jones and Tyson, man, what do you think, Ed? Do you think this happens? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's Tyson. Apparently, it's the A side. If he calling the shots and Roy Jones getting upset behind, you know what I'm saying, them changing. I don't know if it's factual, if they changing 3-minute round to 2-minute rounds and headgear and bigger gloves. You know what I'm saying? If they change, if Tyson is doing all the changing, if that's factual, he's the A side, so he try to put the ball in his court so he can have the advantage. Because you know what I'm saying, 2-minute rounds, he could just go out and be explosive like he does. You know what I'm saying? Go out and you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, just throw all hard punches like he wants to. 3 minutes would be a long time for him to be throwing them hard ass punches and possibly missing a lot of them, which Roy is good at making people miss. You know what I'm saying? He older, he could be tired quicker. So he tried to get there, you know what I'm saying, he tried to take advantage of him, like I say, by him being the A side, he tried to take advantage of it, man. Taking full advantage of it. That's why Roy's pissed. He's like, come on, man, this motherfucker, he won 2-minute rounds. You know what I'm saying? Bigger gloves on headgear. That's gonna be like a sparring match.
Yeah, that doesn't bode well for Roy Jones Jr., to be honest with you, man. I mean, Tyson come out throwing them heavy hitters. I know Roy likes to move around. He gonna damn sure need to move, and I can understand why he upset. But he spoke about letting RJ out, and he might have to let RJ out to keep Tyson off his ass, because if he agrees to go with that, we'll see. But it's fastly approaching, man, and whether it happened or not, he's threatened before to not, to kind of back off the fight, and other things have happened. And hopefully it stays on, and we'll see if this sticks to it, man. But this is what more can happen here. All right, let's move on to go ahead. Two-Man, you want to add on that?
Yeah, I know one thing. If he don't hit Tyson and hurt him or something, so he can forget about it. Tyson gonna just run over him, man. He got to gain his respect. That's the first thing he got to do in that ring.
Yeah, he definitely got to hurt him, man. And the cold part about it is Roy worked his way all the way up, still knocked heavyweights out. I mean, Roy was not knocking him out the volume as he did at the lower levels, but Roy Jones, man, does have some power, man. And it'll be interesting to see Roy Jones and Mike Tyson go at it. And of course, he said a rematch. If whoever loses, they'll go for a rematch. So that'll be interesting to see as well. All right, let's move into the next topic of discussion. We got some big from going from Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko to Floyd, from Floyd to Mike Tyson and Roy Jones to Pacquiao. So we're keeping the championship train rolling. Pacquiao signs a deal with Paradigm Sports. That's, of course, McGregor clash getting a step closer, perhaps. This is coming from BoxingScene.com. Filipino icon Manny Pacquiao announced to his millions of loyal fans that he has officially signed an agreement with sports management agency Paradigm Sports, which is based in Irvine, California. MMA stars Conor McGregor and Chris Cyborg among the athletes represented by Paradigm. Announcement could be convenient fact that this might facilitate a possible blockbuster battle between Pacquiao and McGregor, two of the planet's most popular names in combat sports. McGregor, who's 32, recently announced on social media that he intends to fight the charismatic 8-division world champion in a boxing contest somewhere in the Middle East. Now, Pacquiao's team announced the discussions, but cautioned that a fight with McGregor was far from a done deal. McGregor made his pro debut in August of 2017 when he was stopped in 10 rounds by Floyd Mayweather after the loss. McGregor then returned to the UFC. Earlier this year, McGregor announced his retirement from MMA and expressed his desire to return to boxing. Pacquiao, who owes the WBA welterweight title, has been out of the ring since July of 2019 with the inactivity mainly due to the C virus. He's grateful for the support of my family. This is Pacquiao, of course, saying fans, and I continue my professional boxing journey. And he announced the deal with Paradigm Sport. Big things coming. Stay tuned. So, of course, we knew this, and Freddie Roach alluded to this. We covered this on the last show that we did, where Freddie Roach said that there's one, maybe 2 fights left in Pacquiao, that he most certainly wouldn't fight this year, but who knows? But he knows that he was looking for a big payday fight. This will be a big payday for Manny Pacquiao. And of course, Roach also said that he was looking for a payday fight and could ultimately take the payday and then retire and go back to his native country and become and I think run for the president or something like that. I think it's in his sights. But big ups to Manny Pacquiao, man. This does definitely look interesting as he's looking to line up a fight. Signing with Paradigm puts him on line to fight Conor McGregor. Something that Mayweather did, like they said in 2017, really wasn't much of a competition. Hopefully, but he puts on a better performance than what the hell he did against Mayweather. All right, moving on to the next fight. And speaking of keeping the championship train rolling, we're talking about former champion Deontay Wilder, and his fight with Tyson Fury is being in jeopardy. Of course, we talked about this and the fact that Tyson Fury could be facing bottom number 15 fighter, French contender Agent Cabiel on December the 5th, and his next fight in the UK. Now, this was reported by Dan Raphael from ESPN. Cabiel is 28-0, and he might be that guy, the leading the candidate to get the fight against Fury on December the 15th. He's a German fighter, co-promoted by Top Rank, the same promotion the company that Fury signed with. So they went and found a guy, and he holds the EBU heavyweight title, and he owns a win over the British fighter Derek Chisora, who's popular in the UK despite being a journeyman. Cabiel took advantage of Chisora being out of shape for the fight and won an ugly decision. In shape, Chisora would have done easy work of the light hitting Cabiel. And he is also a fighter they're trying to line up against Tyson Fury. So as you know, the soft hits keep coming as they keep lining up fighters that's outside of the top 15 for the supposed Gypsy King. I'll give Tyson Fury his due. I would like to try to give him his due if it wasn't for the fact that he repeatedly cheats in the ring. And he's a huge freaking hypocrite. But the idea is now, when Deontay Wilder keep putting all the fights he says, now he's looking to move on with another fight because he wants to fight at this year. To me, before we move on, what are your thought process? What are your thoughts on the situation between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder and him taking this fight against this Cabiel character? And also, if you want to feel free to talk about the Manny Pacquiao news, feel free to do so also.
Yeah, first of all, Manny Pacquiao, if he do fight Conor McGregor, he's going to knock him the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see how they, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be interesting how they promote that shit because they going to camouflage that. Manny Pacquiao going to definitely destroy his ass. He don't have no chance against him. Not boxing.
So
carrying him, you know what I'm saying? Then knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? For entertainment. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to entertain the people. and sell the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, because he kept saying he's just, you know what I'm saying, most of the fights that Conor McGregor won at MMA or UFC, he stood up and was like fighting. So he was, you know what I'm saying, he was lining that shit up, man. And I want to see how they gonna do it with Pacquiao, because he gonna get knocked the fuck out. And as far as Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, I think they really trying to cancel that fight so they can have that big money fight with Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? The cheating king, Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. The big money fight over there in London. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want, man. So they try to really get Deontay Wilder out the picture and shit.
Yeah, this has been going on for a while. You could tell that Fury really doesn't, he want to face Deontay Wilder. I mean, he wants to get this over with, and he wants to make the big bucks by taking on Anthony Joshua. And a lot of people, I think that side of the planet doesn't really want to see Deontay Wilder. They want to see the fight. They want to see the fight that they all been clamoring for. And remember, for a while, it was Deontay Wilder against Anthony Joshua. The fight couldn't get made. Both guys it wasn't working out. They couldn't get together. So the reality at the end of the day now is Tyson Fury wants to push on for a mega fight, a major mega fight of epic proportions. And this could be the first step to achieving that, no doubt about it, to me. We talked about this before. And this could really be a big step as Tyson Fury moving on to take a fighter that he believes is no competition. Like I said, the guy's not really a knockout artist here, but another soft fight for Tyson Fury. And it's just amazing how I just don't get it, man. I mean, pick a top 10 fighter or, somebody. It's always some guy, you fighting way outside of the top 15, top 20, something like that. It's just soft fights, man, soft fights. Let's move into some of the extra fights we have. We have Devin Haney, and next on to the next champion. It's championship edition of Ring Kings Boxing. Devin Haney wants Lomachenko after his fight with Gamboa. So he kind of looking past Gamboa, and I understand why, taking on Lama. But Haney received a text from Vasily Lomachenko saying he'll keep him in mind as an opponent. This is coming straight from Boxing News 24. As Haney's 24-0, 15 knockouts, wants to fight the winner of this month's unification match between WBA, WBC, and WBO lightweight champion Lomachenko, 14-1 with 10 knockouts, and IBF's champ Teofimo Lopez, 15-0 with 12 knockouts. The only thing that Haney, 21, would be of value if his unbeaten record, because the winner of the Lomachenko matchup will hold the WBC franchise title, which is arguably most valuable than the strap that Devin currently holds. And they still want to unify that, if anything. If Lomachenko 32 chooses not to take the fight with Haney, it wouldn't be a shocker. Haney's WBC title would be given to him through email by the World Boxing Council. He didn't beat anyone to win the strap, and his resume is as empty as far as big names. Now, of course, we know about the fight coming up with him and Yuriorkis Gamboa, which is set for November the 7th, will be by far the biggest name he's faced during his 5-year career. For some reason, Haney isn't focused on Gamboa fight the way he should be, but the understandable Gamboa hasn't, he isn't the fighter that Haney wanted to fight. He was hoping to get the likes of Lomachenko or Ryan Garcia, even Gervonta Davis, and Teofimo to fight him by now. But he's taken the fight against Gamboa, was recently knocked out last December by Tank Davis, puts Haney in a situation where he has to try and beat him in a more dominating fashion to get the credit that he wants. So that's something interesting as well, as we'll see. I don't think Lomachenko is going to take on Devin Haney after he fights Teofimo Lopez. If he wins, I could perhaps see Teofimo Lopez taking on Devin Haney, because I kind of see him being more of like, I don't care, come on with him. You see what I'm saying? What do you think about it, too, man? What do you think happens? What do you think about Devin Haney wants a piece of Lomachenko or Teofimo Lopez in the next fight?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Lopez would definitely, if he win the fight, he will fight Devin Haney. But Lomachenko, he gonna think about him. He'll keep him in mind and stay away from him. But he gonna do. He's like, man, 'cause that dude, you know what I'm saying? He'll outbox him. I think he'll outbox Lopez as well too. He's the next thing in boxing, man. Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? He's the future. He's present, future of boxing.
Yeah, he's something special, man. Devin Haney, man. A lot of people want to stay away from him. But like we talked about, if Haney can't get a Lomachenko, hope Teofimo Lopez would be a good fight. But really, I think besides the Lama fight that he's looking for, a really, really excellent fight would be the Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney fight that a lot of people wanted to see, including myself. I would love to see those two get it on. So it's quite a few names to take a look that's in that class. But, we'll keep an eye out. As Devin Haney is kind of looking past at Gamboa. That could be a dangerous strategy, not too mean. Anything can happen in boxing.
Yeah, I know. He believe me, he's taking the fight seriously because the way he's training, or what I've been seeing. But I'm quite sure he got a lot of experienced people around him. Like Mayweather gives him advice, and I know, all of them will tell him the right thing to do. You don't look past no opponent. You take every opponent seriously. So I don't think he's gonna be looking past him. But he just, I think that's confidence that you're seeing. He just confident, like, look, I'm gonna whoop his ass. You know what I'm saying? But I know what I have to do to whoop his ass. Not looking past him or not. He knows exactly what he needs to do to whoop him. He's got to have, he got to be on his A game. That's all. He got to beat him, and he'll beat him.
Yeah, I support of it, bro. No doubt about it, man. But, yep. But that's the thing, man. We know I was hoping that he doesn't take the Gamboa bout. I really didn't want to see that. I would like to have seen him fight a Gary Russell Jr. They couldn't make that fight work. And we ended up getting the fight that we didn't want to see, but, it is what it is. So hopefully the next fight next year when Haney fights, it'll be against a contending fight, whether it's Teofimo, whether it's Lomachenko or Gervonta or any, we'll see. Okay, moving on to another champion in the welter this time, Terrence Crawford, as he is getting set up for the November 14th fight on ESPN against Kell Brook. So it's another great one here. And, of course, Kell Brook reports now, and this is coming by way of Boxing Scene, that he will be without Engel for Terrence Crawford fight. And, of course, former world champion Kell Brook is solo for the November showdown with WBO welterweight king Terrence Crawford, according to his trainer. Engel, the longtime trainer of Brook, has revealed that he won't be training the twice-beaten boxer for his fight with Crawford, which is slated for November the 14th in Vegas. Brook negotiated the deal on his own, says Engel indicated that promoter Eddie Hearn will not be involved in the event. Brook is training in Spain due to the C virus. Engel was unwilling to travel. He says, I'm the trainer. I'm not going to have anyone tell me how they want their camp running. Some fighters might do that, but it's never been that way with me. I stipulate how the camp is and what we're going to do. If he's not happy with that, then he can do it somewhere else. Engel told IFL TV. So obviously it's a split between Kell Brook and his trainer there against Terrence Crawford. That's not good news if you're Kell Brook and you're going against Terrence Crawford on November the 14th. To hear that kind of news going on. Because Terrence Crawford is 36-0 with 27 knockouts. Is looking to defend against Kell Brook, who is 39-2 with 27 knockouts. Hadn't been the same. Has suffered some two really crushing losses there in his resume. Now, this won't be a pay-per-view event, according to Bob Arum. He's choosing not to put the fight on pay-per-view due to the pandemic. Arum understands that there are many people unemployed right now. He's not going to put a further strain on the U.S. public by charging them to see Crawford and Brooks on ESPN. I don't think that's a pay-per-view event anyway, in my opinion, bro. So, I mean, that's just press right there. That's damn sure. Now, I'm not going to play to see Crawford and Brooks. I mean, I was paid to see Crawford and Keith Thurman, Crawford and Manny Pacquiao, Crawford and Errol Spence, Crawford and even Sean Porter, but not Crawford and Kell Brook. Now, I hate no Kell Brook. It's just what it is. Top Rank revealed the venue for the fight once they decide whether the stage will be in Las Vegas, Nevada, or Omaha, Nebraska. That's where the 33-year-old Crawford is hoping it'll be. Former IBF welterweight champion Brooks says he wants to fight in Vegas. Crawford has been anxious to fight a big name his entire career, and now he's finally getting a chance after 12 years in the game. Brooks a few years past it at 34, but as someone that used to be a big name before he ran into Errol Spence or Jr. or Triple G. His eye injuries is the issue, though, too, mean, and those fights have been repaired, he says, and he's been ready for an important fight since 2018. He's just taken Brook a little bit longer than expected to give it another shot at the big fight. And with that said, Brook isn't helped himself by choosing to fight guys that couldn't help his career and a few of these back guys, DeLuca and the rest of them. But Brook moved up to 154 in 2018, but he hasn't seemed enthusiastic in taking any of these talented fighters in the division for some reason. Now, Kell could have fought Jared Hurd. He could have fought Jermell Charlo if he wanted to, but he's taken it easy by facing DeLuca and Zarafah. And it's possible that Brook's confidence was knocked out of him in his consecutive defeats to Triple G and Errol Spence. So Brook will need to have confidence for him to have a shot at beating Crawford, because he'll be given a lot of different looks in this fight. Crawford likes he can switch up on you. If one style ain't working with Terrence Crawford, if you don't like his orthodox, he'll switch you and hit you with the southpaw. The kid fights equally as well out of both stances. He's really a difficult opponent to match up with Terrence Crawford, and Kell Brook is going to see that. This is Kell Brook. I can understand why he's taking this fight, but listen, Terrence Crawford is going to make work of Kell Brook. To me, what do you think about this one? November the 14th on the ESPN.
Oh yeah, Kell Brook. He already showed that when the heat started getting a little too hot, he quits, man. You know what I'm saying? Eye injuries and all that. Real champions don't quit because of no eye injury.
Mm-hmm.
So he could dish it out though, but he can't take it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he already said that he could hurt Crawford, but he really think Crawford's gonna sit there and let him hurt him. You know what I'm saying? So Crawford definitely gonna destroy his ass. I think Crawford gonna do worse than what Errol Spence and Triple G did to him. Crawford's gonna do worse.
Yeah, because Crawford's gonna be looking at this one's like, all right, now I can show y'all what I can do. These last several fighters, like the last guy he fought, whether it was Benavidez or the Mean Machine or whatever, these guys here, man, it wasn't they're looking at Kell Brooks as a guy. He's a former champion here, and we'll see what he can do against him. And he's like licking his chops, saying, "All right, we got a sucker. We got a guy with a steak suit on. He got a knife and a fork, and he already from Omaha, so he's saying, let's eat." So that's what it comes down to Mean, and he's gonna let that fly in this fight against Kell Brook, man.
Yeah, look what Crawford did to what's his name? Amir Khan.
Yeah,
Amir Khan, he never really got like beaten, like taking a lot of punishment. He got knocked out because of his chin, but he ain't never really taken no real beating. Crawford got to him quicker than what Canelo was able to get to him, to Amir Khan.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? They can sleep on Crawford if they want. They keep using that, oh, he ain't fought nobody. I'm like, man, the reason why they say he fought a lot of people, like champions that he beat. You know what I'm saying? Them top 10 guys they put in there with Olympians, they put in there with him, undefeated. All of them, man, he made it look easy, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, all of guys in the top 10, for people who understand what I'm saying, them motherfuckers can fight, man.
Yep.
Ain't no easy wins, man, like people think. You know what I'm saying? That shit is not easy to fight them guys in the top 10. Them motherfuckers not a fight. They in the top 10 for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the people, think about it, all the people in the world that compete and fighting, boxing, and they make it to the top 10, it's a lot of people that they had to go through to make it there. You know what I'm saying? So,
man, you're right too, man. It's gonna be interesting, man, to see. And you look like we look at the Gamboa fight with Devin Haney, and now we're looking at the Kell Brook matchup. Kell Brook is looking for an opportunity to prove that he belongs on that stage, as well as he's been taking softer fighters, softer competition for whatever reason. Now he decides to step up and take on a guy as talented as Crawford, and Crawford now is going to be a different fight as well. This is a good. I didn't like this fight. To be honest with you, I wanted Terrence Crawford to reach for a Manny Pacquiao, to reach for a Keith Thurman. I still do think I still do think, like Deontay was saying, to this day, I really do think to this day, man, that the better fight is definitely could have been Manny Pacquiao. But I can see what Pacquiao is doing. He's reaching for a real payday with Conor McGregor and doing this MMA exhibition boxing thing. And wait and see. I think it won't be too long, Eddie, after that occurs. Whenever they set the wheels in motion for that, that'll probably be Pacquiao's last fight because he was looking for a big payday so he can retire on, because he has some financial obligations to himself as well as his community, and we'll see. But I think this might be the last fight, and then you know they said 2 fights, but you never know. One big payday might be enough for him to step away from and relinquish that welterweight title back up. So, I mean, hey, man, all I can say is in the end of the day is that I prefer to see Keith Thurman. I prefer to see Sean Porter. I prefer to see any one of the top 3 or 4 welterweights. Kell Brook, man, is not that guy I'm looking at, but he's the only thing he's doing, and we just have to take it and see what goes on with it to me.
Yeah, I would like to see that too. I would like to see Crawford in there with like you said, Keith Thurman and Sean Porter's. I would like to see that too, man. But,
right. Yeah, maybe next year. I mean, if that's the plan, perhaps.
Yeah, I hope this shit go right this time, man. Come to some kind of.
Yeah, this is getting ridiculous, man. Because me and you talked about this, man. We talked about seeing this. We talked about watching some of these fighters and seeing what they're doing. We wanted the Gary Russell and Devin Haney fight. I was really excited about that. Nothing really cooked out of that. You know, it fizzled really bad toward the end, and then they started finger punting. To this day, who knows who's telling the truth in that scenario? But in the end, we got Kell Brook with Terrence Crawford. He got a fight that he think he can get a respectable challenger with. And likewise, and we'll see what happens. But the guy did say that the injuries are healed and that he's ready to show what he can do. So we'll see, man. I don't know. The last couple of fights that I've seen with Kell Brook, especially the losses that he had against Errol Spence and then that Triple G debacle, whatever the hell that was, I'm not, I don't really know, man. We'll see at the end of the day how it shakes. All right, let's move on to our final story of the afternoon, family. And that's, of course, Luis Ortiz. That's right. King Kong Ortiz faces Alexander Flores on November the 7th on Fox. That 2-time heavyweight world title challenger, Luis King Kong Ortiz, will be headlining on PBC on Fox against Alexander Flores on November the 7th. And this was, of course, premiere on the Premier Boxing Championships card on Fox. Flores, who's 18-2 with 16 knockouts, has suffered knockout losses to former world champion Charles Martin and Joseph Parker. Those guys were able to bang Flores out early in their respective fights. Martin stopped Flores in the 4th in 2014, while Parker destroyed him in 3 rounds in 2018. The 41-year-old Ortiz, who's 31-2, 26 knockouts when making his first appearance in 2020 since his 7-round knockout loss to WBC heavyweight champion, former heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder, who's 42-1-1, and November the 23rd of 2019. Ortiz in a showcase fight, Ortiz would likely have returned to the ring a lot sooner if it wasn't for the pandemic. Fans would have preferred to see Ortiz face a better fighter than Flores, but it's been a year since he's fought. Also, Ortiz is coming off a knockout loss to Wilder. He needs a confidence boost at this point. Ortiz will get a chance to show off his talent by beating a guy that should be sharing the ring with him. And of course, really what I wanted to see, because there was rumblings and rumors as well of Luis Ortiz versus Andy Ruiz fight. Now, I would love to see that fight. When we're talking about top 5 boxers in the world, man, you talking about now you're getting it. If you were able to put Andy Ruiz and Luis Ortiz together, I would actually pay for that one. To me, what do you think about this upcoming matchup with Ortiz versus Alexander Flores, November the 7th on Fox PBC?
Yeah, it's a tune-up fight for him. You know what I'm saying? He should knock him out. But yeah, I would like to see that him and Andy go at it. Definitely, man. But I think he will. The way Ortiz is, I think he would definitely beat Andy, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he can box. You know what I'm saying? He can box, and he got that power too. Mm-hmm. And I think he's a lot taller, and he got the reach advantage. Perfect. I think what I'm saying, he can use that. He can use his physical attributes. You know what I'm saying? Make it an easy fight between him and Andy.
Yeah, I would love to see that fight. I kid you not. I would absolutely love to see that fight. King Kong Ortiz and Luis Ortiz and Andy Ruiz go at it. Maybe then we'll see. Like I said, they just need to get in the ring again and see what they can do. But at the end of the day, man, we'll see. But anyway, that'll do it for Ring Kings Boxing, man. We had a jam-packed show. I hope you all enjoyed the show today. And as always, please hit the like button, subscribe to Ring King Boxing, and please join us every Wednesday as we do shows every Wednesday on Ring Kings Boxing. Both me and my co-host, Eddie Two Main Johnson. Feel free to share the links on your social media. Also hit the like button and subscribe if you aren't a subscriber. From me and Two Mean, I'm Big Q. Peace.
Peace.
You're now listening to the Ring Kings Boxing on the PRO Media Network.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. Energy Muse is a leading conscious lifestyle brand offering empowering tools in the form of crystals and crystal jewelry to assist you on your spiritual journey. Their main and sole mission is to empower people and help them tap into their own personal magnificence. Each sacred piece is handmade with love and cleansed, energized, and programmed with intention to create a desired outcome. Healing crystals can help you realign and recalibrate your energy through their powerful vibrations. Healing crystals act as a tool to raise your vibration and create lasting change across all areas of your life. They hold a transformational energy that empowers you on your journey no matter what your goal is. Are you ready to find love, a new career? Do you want to have a fulfilling, meaningful, purposeful life? When you are ready to release what does not serve you or enhance a particular area of your life, call upon the high frequencies of healing crystals to help you live the life of your dream. At Energy Muse, they have a massive supply of crystals, jewelries, energy tools, bath and body products to help you become the best you that you can possibly be. So if you're interested in healing crystals and jewelry, check out Energy Muse. The link is in the description section below. Live clean, eat cleaner. The only natural and patented produce wash. Eat Cleaner is a tasteless, odorless, and lab-tested line of food wash and wipes that is up to 99.9% more effective than water in cleaning wax. The only natural, patented produce wash in a 14-day study. Applying Eat Cleaner all-natural fruit vegetable wash to a variety of fruit and 100 pure guaranteed vegetables also prolong shelf life up to 5 times longer through a natural blend of fruit acids and antioxidants. This can help save your family on average of over $500 per year, reducing waste and making it easy to get your half plate of fruit and vegetables each day. Eat Cleaner offers a wide variety of solutions for food safety and shelf life extension for consumers, retailers, food service, and operators. USDA bio-based, OMRI listed for use on organic produce, non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, made in the USA, lab-proven, and patented. So if you want cleaner fruits and veggies, try Eat Cleaner. Check the link in the description section below. Do you need a domain name? How about a host for your website that can work with WordPress? Try Namecheap.com. They make registering, hosting, and managing domain names for yourself or others easy and affordable because the internet needs people. Namecheap is an ICANN accredited domain register and technology company founded in 2000. It's one of the fastest growing American companies according to the 2018 Inc. 5000, celebrating nearly 2 decades of providing unparalleled levels of service, security, and support. Namecheap has been steadfast in customer satisfaction with over 10 million domains under management. Namecheap is among the top domain registrars and web providers in the world. They offer a full selection of popular and unique domains along with fully featured hosting packages, SSL security certificates, WhoisGuard privacy protections, and more, all at the lowest prices in the industry. So if you need a domain name or hosting or anything else, think Namecheap.com. That's right, Namecheap.com. Check the description section below for link. Are you a small to large business looking to reach thousands of people on a daily to monthly basis? Now you can advertise on the PRO Media Network, where popular shows like the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, Pelican Post Game Report, Tough Tiger Talk, and other great content from the PRO Media Network. Sponsorship is now available. Now you can buy ad space. So if you're a business that's looking to promote a product or service to thousands of people, we now offer advertising to businesses looking to reach thousands of people on a daily to weekly basis. Contact us at our email at the PRO Media Network at gmail.com, or simply click the link in the description section below for more information on how to advertise on our platform. Thank you, and we'll be looking forward to working with you.